We are watching Tesla. The reports were certainly strong for the first quarter. Elon Musk says the company faced some supply chain difficulties. So what does that all mean for the rest of 2021? The electric vehicle maker obviously reported some great numbers, record net income, in fact. So let's bring in the pros to discuss this. Pedro Palandrani, research analyst, Global X ETFs, and Brett Sifling, investment advisor representative at Gerber Kawasaki. Brett, I'll start with you. What did you think? Because, I was looking, record net income, $438 million, revenue up 74%. Did you feel pretty great about this or not?
Yeah, it was a great quarter for a company that we continue to be very, very excited about. Of course, the income was helped a little bit by regulatory credits and a Bitcoin sale, due to Elon's investment in it. And so that definitely helped the numbers, boost them in this quarter. But it's something we continue to be excited about as they ramp up production. Gigafactories Berlin and Texas are coming online in 2021, and we're excited about the future.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to have some pros and cons in this discussion. So, Pedro, what do you think was one of the pros, before I get to the chip shortages and some of the other things that they're facing? But what do you think was definitely something that was on the good side for the company?
Yeah, I think Tesla achieved their highest ever production quarter and delivery quarter. So 185,000 EVs delivered during the quarter. Last year they delivered 500,000 EVs. Now this year they're clearly expecting to have a number greater than 50% growth on that delivery number. So, you could see a delivery number year-end being around the 800,000 EVs delivered. It could even be close to 1 million deliveries at the end of the year. Actually, Tesla has already in place annual install capacity of 1 million EVs. So that's quite positive. If you add on top of that, Berlin and Texas coming online and delivering Model Ys there, that's going to be very positive for the company this year.
Yeah, just to elaborate on that, and it was in the letter to the shareholders, Tesla said it still plans to achieve 50% average annual growth in vehicle deliveries over a multi-year horizon, reiterating the target that he floated, on the January call, and saying, I think this is interesting, in some years we may grow faster, which we expect to be the case in 2021. Brett, how are they going to grow faster in 2021 when there aren't any chips?
It's definitely, something to look at. Elon and Tesla are actually in the process of creating their own chips. There's obviously a lot of investment that needs to be brought back here to America to make this happen. But they've been investing in their factories. They've shown that they have one of the best engineering and artificial intelligence teams in the world. And so we're not just, betting on the electrification of America at this point with Tesla, but we're also betting on the most innovative minds to figure out these problems, whether it's the chip shortages or full self-driving. There's a plethora of things that they need to overcome, but ultimately it's one of the best things that's going to happen to our transportation system, energy system globally, really.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Bitcoin, selling off some Bitcoin, and Pedro, you can elaborate on some of the trends that we're seeing, from crypto to just the green wave, particularly for this administration. You think these things will continue to help Tesla? And what else does Tesla need to drive growth?
Yeah, well, on the Bitcoin front, clearly the company bought about $1.5 billion of Bitcoin in February. They sold about 10% of that, and clearly they made a profit on that trade. On the call yesterday, they say that they're expected to hold Bitcoin over the long term. They're actually expecting to continue to sell EVs by accepting Bitcoin transactions. They're expecting to keep holding on to that. In terms of other key things that we saw during the quarter, the full self-driving capabilities are now expected to be rolled out to a larger customer base here in the United States. Now, if you think about that, that could be a completely new vertical, a new business vertical for the company in the years to come. They could sell that in a subscription base to consumers that haven't bought upfront their AV capabilities. And that could create a nice generation of recurring revenue for the company in the years to come. Very similar to a software as a service type of a business model, which is very, very attractive when you think about that.
Yeah, and I know Gerber Kawasaki's been bullish on Tesla overall. Brett, you tell us. I mean, I see Canaccord, they're toning down their call, right? They had over $1,000 target. They're bringing their price target down to $974, which is still above the all-time highs of around $900. It's at $708. So what do you think shareholders, should they, buy, sell, hold?
Look, Tesla has earned a very great valuation, and it's a very volatile company. It had huge gains in 2020 that we can't forget about. And so it cooling off a little bit here and pulling back from its all-time highs is not something that we're necessarily worried about. We do think it's more fairly valued down here, but there's a lot of bright spots in the future and a lot of catalysts that are going to continue to drive this market cap higher. He just mentioned the service revenues that are coming in. And also, we're going to see the energy segment grow. As Elon plans to basically make all of our houses continue to consume energy, we're going to need about 3 times the amount of energy he thinks to actually have a full grid electric system here in America and around the world. So that's just another segment, as well as many others, that Elon's planning to continue to make this company a powerhouse of the future.
Yeah, Pedro, quickly, final thought. I mean, the stock's at 708.
Yeah, well, Tesla is not your traditional car company. They're clearly leading in the EV front, but also in the autonomous vehicle front and on the battery technology front. I think that's a critical point. They work here in the United States with Panasonic for 10 years. Now in China, they're working with CATL and LG Chem. They continue to have those very strong relationships, and I think that's going to be positive for the company in the future.
Thank you both very much. Great discussion about Tesla, which is a little bit to the downside, down about 4% at 708 and change. Pedro Palandrani, Global X ETFs, Brett Sifling, Gerber Kawasaki. Thank you both very, very much.